Here we have a medium size frame from Beehive, and I'm taking a heated knife and going to be cutting the caps off the surface, and do like a short saw-like action as you roll it down.
Why do they cap off the honey?
Just seal it so it doesn't absorb moisture. Honey, they will cap it when the honey is below 18% moisture. If I have honey that is not capped, I have to make sure that it's dried down enough below 18% before I can store it, or it will ferment. So there's a few caps here that the knife didn't get, so I'm using a capping scratcher to scratch those little caps open so that the honey will get out of there when I put it in the extractor and spin it out. There's a bunch of burr comb on the top, so I'll cut all that burr comb off too. And that all goes down here in the bottom where it drips through a screen and goes into a bucket.
What do you do with the stuff that's in the bucket?
I'll put it in the tank, in the bulk tank. It's good honey.
Extract it from the
And most of it's drier or dry because it's come off the cappings. So my honey is a little wet in my tank. Putting that honey in with the other honey will mix in and bring the moisture down a little bit. You can see that this was all sealed, so more likely it was below 18%. But in this area here, they have it filled with some nectar or honey, but they didn't seal it, so it's probably higher in moisture yet. So it's always important to check your honey moisture before you store it, because if it's not below 18%, whatever you store will just end up fermenting. 9-frame extractor. I'm putting medium frames in right now. When I talk medium, there are 3 sizes of frames, and it has to deal with the height. Be the height of how tall they are. This is a medium. This extractor will take 9 medium, 9 shallow, it's a little bit shorter, and 3 deep. Deep is a taller one. And when you do the deep, you got to do just one. With the shallow and medium, you can spin this extractor and it takes the honey out on both sides at the same time. When you do a deep, you have to turn the frames this way. And if you do that, it only brings the honey, or spins the honey out on one side only. So you have to run it a little bit, spin some of the honey or most of the honey on one side, then you got to stop it and flip the frames to spin the other side out. And you don't dare spin it too fast because you still have, for the first time, because you have a lot of honey on one side, you're not spinning out, it's heavy. And it'll blow out this wax.
Blow out the wax and blow the frame, blow the
Yep.
frame apart more.
Yep. Centrifugal force. Okay. I'll start this up, store at around 30%, and I'll leave it there and leave it spin most of the honey out. This is an older Attigo honey refractometer. To calibrate it, there is a crystal that says 19.2%, And then there's this fluid. It's a mono bromo something. So I have to put a little bit of this fluid on the surface, glass surface of the refractometer to put the crystal on. Put the crystal on there. And the crystal will turn black from the connecting surface.
I do not like your finish better.
And then I should be able to look in there and it should read 19.2. Which it is. So this is calibrated. I didn't have to do it. If I had to change it, there is a screw here, and you put that in there and you turn it. It's right, yeah, right there. Pretty sure it's that one. And then that you can move the scale to make it
You just have to wash them when done.
equal 19.2. And that's how you calibrate a honey refractometer. The older ones.
Now the newer ones, they're relatively similar, or
Newer ones, I'm not sure what they come with. So I'm not going to comment, so I don't know. They have electronic ones, I don't know how to calibrate them. So I expect the honey that's coming out of that refractometer or the extractor right now will be high in moisture because none of the frames are really sealed. So I'll test that.